together the archers against Babylon.
Call together the archers against Babylon, man. What's the archery, man? The archery is those nuclear missiles, man. Those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Go ahead.
All ye that bend the bow.
All ye that bend the bow. So all you nations that got nuclear capabilities, do the elect men of Israel a favor.
Huge favor.
A huge favor. Okay, and we'll repay it after 1,000 years and destroy this shit, man. Go ahead.
Camp against it round about.
Camp against it round about. Hey, man, that's not hard to imagine, man. Because America got its troops and it got its ships all throughout these other nations, man. So it's not going to be no surprise if in the day of nuclear destruction of America, America's surrounded by submarines and ships just shooting at this motherfucker, right?
You already got Russian submarines in the Alaskan waters, man.
Oh, the submarines are around here.
Yeah,
they're just, they're using what they call stealth, that technology.
They freaking stealth planes in the air, bombers in the air, stealth.
And that's in accordance with the scriptures. The stealth, we just read about how the Most High laid a snare for Babylon, and she was not aware, man.
That's right.
So that's going to those stealth missiles, those stealth ships and planes and all that too, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she has done unto her.
Right, recompense her according to her work, man. And what's America's work? You go to Revelations 13, it says that that the beast with the two horns as a lamb but spake as a dragon had power to bring fire from heaven, man.
Right.
Okay, so America is used by NATO, okay, to drop bombs on these other nations that don't want to get in line with their new world order, man.
Right.
Okay, with their agenda, man. So America is going to be rewarded according to her works, man. So these other nations that you've been dropping bombs on, okay, doing all manner of abomination and just crimes against humanity, so to speak, that's going to be returned unto you.
That's right.
That's right.
According to all that she has done, according to all that she has done unto her. For she has been proud against the Lord Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. Verse 30. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord.
Right, so there's not going to be any more few proud in the Marines, man. Okay? There's not going to be any more of that. It's not going to be any more of the Navy, okay, the Green Berets, the U.S. Army, the Coast Guards, the National, all that shit getting done away with, man. Right?
Verse 31. Behold, I am against thee, O most proud, saith the Lord, power of hosts.
Right, I am against thee, O most proud, man. And we know that America is the proudest nation, man. That's Go ahead.
For the day is come, the time that I will visit thee. Verse 32. And the most proud shall be stubble and fall. And the most proud shall stumble and fall. And none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities. And it shall devour all round about him.
Right, man. The Most High shall kindle a fire in his cities. The water, and it shall kindle round about him, man. So Most High is going to, use the missiles like we always say, use the chariots to roast this shit, man. Pretty much, man. Okay, go ahead.
All right, this is Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Right, man. So the Most High, the Lord said, come down, sit in the dust, man. So America's going to be destroyed and literally be in the dust, man.
Right.
Okay? All right? There is no more throne for you. Okay, so America's not going to be ruling in the next world, man. America's going to be a desolation. And then on top of that, you Edomites, which are the daughter of Babylon, you Edomites, you so-called white people, you Caucasians, y'all going into slavery, man.
That's right.
Like we always go into.
They shall no more be called
Tender and delicate, man. Untouchable. Nobody can touch me, man.
they're gonna lose their glory, man. Because America's glorified nowadays, man. That's it.
You had something?
Real quickly, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Right, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, man. Going into those nuclear scientists, man. Go ahead.
And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
Right, man. What was that guy's name, man? He said, "I have become a destroyer of worlds." When they created that nuclear bomb.
I remember that, but I don't remember.
Oppenheimer, man. So Oppenheimer is in the Bible, man. Pretty bad kid.
God, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
Right, man. I have created the wasters to destroy, man. Going into the nuclear missiles, man. Going into that nuclear technology. Used to bring forth the weapons of the Lord's indignation. Going into the armory that we just read about in, what was that, Jeremiah 50? Come.
And just jumping over to Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, a day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
Right.
And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Right, man. So, like we just read, America's the most proud. The Lord said that the day shall come that shall burn as an oven, man. And all the proud and all that do wickedly shall be burnt up as stubble, man. Okay, so America's getting ready to be burnt up by the Most High, man, as the burning of an oven, man.
That's right. And also bring out, and also when Yahushua comes, he gonna do his burning. He's gonna bring that out too.
Right.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13,
Oh, yes.
verse 3.
Yeah.
And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Right, man. That's talking about Yahushua, man. The scriptures say, "Lo, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they that pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him," man.
That's right.
Okay, so that's talking about Yahushua, and that great mountain is the chariots, man. And the thousands of men of heaven that were with him are the angels, man. Okay, so the Lord's gonna come, man, and all you nations, man, it's not gonna be a sweet day, man. It's not gonna be a sweet day in that day, man. People are gonna be shitting on themselves, man. People gonna be trembling, passing out, man.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead, man.
All the things trembled that were seen under him. Verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, and all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when he fleeth the fire.
Right, man. So the Lord's gonna speak, man, and you people are gonna light on fire, man. Okay, the Lord's gonna speak, and he's gonna call the laser beams and the fire out the chariots, man. Okay, go ahead.
God, I'll just keep reading. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of a number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
Right, going into the battle of Armageddon, okay, the valley of Jehoshaphat. The Lord's gonna come, and all the nations are gonna be gathered in that day, man. All right, and they're gonna try to fight against the Lord, man. The beast, the nations of the beast, which is NATO and the EU, they're gonna try to fight against the Lord, man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. Verse 7. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not.
Right, man, going into the chariot, man. The chariot's gonna be so big, it's basically gonna look like a mountain that was cut out of nowhere, and it's gonna block out the whole sky, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
Yeah, y'all gonna be afraid, but because of that pride, and really because the Lord's gonna put the spirit on you, he's gonna put the spirit on you for that pride to harden your heart like he did Pharaoh, okay, so that Pharaoh can chase us into the wilderness, and now, he's taking a prolonged bath, okay? The Lord's gonna do that, the same thing. He's gonna harden your heart, and he's gonna cause you to fight against the chariots, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held his sword, nor any instrument of war. Verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Right, like we always go into that supernatural technology that the Lord's going to use in that day to destroy you, man. Because y'all going to be fighting against the Lord, man. And the Lord's just going to be casting out fire, lightning, laser beams, and whirlwinds and tempests, and just get rid of you, man. So it's going to be quick, man. One moment they're going to be there, next moment they're going to be gone, man. Okay, one moment you're going to see a great multitude, then it's just going to be dead bodies, man. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. That's Esdras right there, man. You know, when he saw all these fucking soldiers getting burned up, he was like, yo, they were here, like the brother was saying, they were here one moment, next minute, gone. Ashes. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Okay? And Esdras was scared, man. And he was a prophet. And the Lord was dealing with him. Where does it say the times we live in? Man, you people are fucking stupid, man.
That's right.
People gotta go.
That's right. This is Psalm 7 and 13. He have also prepared him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors.
There you go, man. The instruments of death, and he prepared his arrows against the persecutors, man. That's going into the nuclear destruction, man. Okay, the Most High prepared that. All right. Got more? Yes, sir.
Revelations 18 and 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High remember her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Go ahead, break that down. Huh?
Yeah, man, that's America, man. The Lord's gonna render double unto America, man, because she thinks she not gonna be touched, man. She thinks she's gonna forever be that virgin that nobody touches, man. Verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord's name, for strong is the Lord who judgeth her. Yeah, man. In one day, it's going to happen like that, like the brothers are saying, man. In one day, all of this shit is going to go down, man.
That's right. All right.
Hey, like I was telling a brother a few minutes ago, the scriptures talk about our body's going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. Then the scriptures also say America going to be destroyed in an hour, man. An hour to the Most High is like a wink, man. So by the time the Most High could wink, America's done with, man. America's done.
Deuteronomy 32 and 22. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and I shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundation of the mountains. I will heap mischiefs upon them. I will spin my arrows upon them.
I will spin my arrows on them, man. So the Most High is gonna use all those nuclear missiles. When the Most High gets done with this nuclear war, man, ain't gonna be no more nuclear warheads, man. Okay? Most High gonna spin all of that shit, man.
24. They shall be burnt with hunger, and devoured with burning heat, and with bitter destruction. I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them, with the poison of serpents of the Dutch. The sword without, and terror within, shall destroy both the young men and the virgin, and the suckling also with the man of gray hair.
Right, man. So the Most High's not gonna discriminate, man. When the Most High drops these nuclear missiles, man, nuclear missiles aren't gonna stop in the air and be like, nah, but it's a young woman, man. She ain't never been popped before. The missiles aren't gonna stop saying, oh man, that's an old man. He can't walk. You know, spare him. No. Nuclear missiles, they're just gonna drop on this shit, man, and the Most High's not gonna care, man. Okay, because it's the day of your judgment, man.
This is Baruch 4 and Baruch 4:25. My children suffer patiently. My children suffer patiently the wrath that has come. Shalaki. My children suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahweh. For thine enemy has persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. Yeah, so just go to how the Lord gonna destroy these heathens, but this for the brothers. Whatever you're going through, suffer through it, man. And Lord willing, through that patience and that faith, the Lord gonna let you see the destruction of your enemy, and the Lord gonna let you get busy with them too, man.
That's right.
Con, just to repeat on what you were saying, just to repeat on what the lawyer was saying, because, lawyer ain't gonna care if you're a young child or you're an old man, okay? If you got a college degree, he ain't give a fuck about that. If you're not part of the elect, you're gonna die here.
That's right.
All right? So this is the book of Job, chapter 4, verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent. That's right, whoever perished being innocent, okay? So if somebody died, all right, that was judgment for their ass. Continuing on, where were the righteous cut off? The righteous are not going to be cut off, okay? The righteous are going to be the elect, and they're going to get out of Babylon. Okay, and they're going to be saved via the chariots, okay, by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
That's right. Whether they be alive or whether they sleep, man.
Con. And yeah, with that, we're going to give all praise and glory
To Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai.
double honors to the apostle of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Yaakov out there pushing his truth to sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And on 3, 1, 2, 3.
That's America!